In preparation for the 50th anniversary of the creation of the State of Israel, the 50th anniversary fell in 1998, I wrote a history of Israel. I'd been visiting Israel regularly, often more than once a year, for the previous quarter of a century. And I'd been fortunate to get to know quite a number of the founding fathers of Israel and those who are active in its daily political and social and intellectual life. I had a fascinating talk with David Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister of Israel, when I went to see him in his hut in Sde Boker in the Negev Desert in 1971. I was very fortunate also that the present President of the State of Israel, Shimon Peres, read through every word of my typescript and made incredibly helpful suggestions about content. Of course, all the opinions expressed are my own, but as someone who'd been involved with the State of Israel since its foundation and involved at the center of Israeli political life, his scrutiny was invaluable. Other friends read it for me, others who had participated in Israel's story. And I wanted to give not only the history of the politics of the state and the story of the Arab-Israel conflict, but also the story of the pioneers, of the ideals of Zionism, of the slow, steady building up of statehood, of Jewish national institutions in the interwar years, and to give a flavor of how the kibbutzim, the farming communities, were established, who established them, what their motives were, and how they gradually became the feature of the Jewish landscape of Israel. I tried also in the book to write about culture, about literature, about music, about all the facets of Israeli society which, in a sense, are not of interest to the newspapers, which have to focus on politics and drama and on things going wrong. So this book not only contains the story of Israel's struggles, but also the story of its achievements, and perhaps most importantly of its daily life, of how Israelis live from day to day, what they do, their educational system, their leisure, their recreation, the life in the cities, and the life in the countryside. In preparation for the 60th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel in 2008, I prepared a new edition in which I was able to add 2 substantial chapters about what had happened in Israel, in Israeli politics, in Israeli life, Israel in the world, between 1998 and 2008. The book also contains maps showing each phase of Israel's development, going back to the pre-state period, going back to before the First World War, and I was able to bring these maps also up to date to 2008.